Every single day, millions of commercial trucks are out there moving the goods that pretty much power our lives. But inside these trucks, there's this hidden technology that's basically creating a sixth sense for our entire supply chain. Seriously, it sees, it remembers, and it knows exactly where it is at all times. So let's dive into how this new sense is completely changing the game for the world of trucking.
To really get why this is such a big deal, let's just start with a simple question. What happens when a truck has no memory? I mean, think about it. For a fleet manager, if there's an accident on the road, without a clear, objective record, it's just a nightmare. You're dealing with risk, liability, all these unanswered questions. Who was at fault? Where exactly did this thing happen? Without that memory, you're completely flying blind.
Now you might be thinking, well, doesn't a standard dash cam solve that? And, not really. The truth is, a simple video recording is kind of like a story with missing pages. Yeah, it shows you what happened, but it doesn't give you the crucial context of where it happened or how fast the truck was actually going. For the people managing these fleets, that missing context, well, it's everything.
And that brings us right to our first section, trucking's high-stakes blind spot. This is the world that companies have to navigate every single day. This right here, this is the daily dilemma. Fleet managers are constantly juggling these huge risks. You've got these costly accident disputes that are basically just one person's word against another's. You've got drivers maybe taking inefficient routes that just burn fuel and time. You have questions about unsafe driving, and of course, insurance premiums that are just going through the roof. Every single one of these is a massive blind spot that costs a ton of time, money, and creates major headaches.
So how do you get rid of those blind spots? Well, that leads us right into section 2. It's all about adding the where to the what.
Okay, and this slide just lays it out perfectly. A standard dash cam over on the left, it only gives you the video, the what. But a GPS dash cam on the right, now that fuses the video with location, speed, and route data. It's not just a camera anymore. It's a super intelligent sensor that gives you a complete, verifiable record of anything that happens. At the end of the day, context is king. The fancy term for all this is video telematics. I know, sounds a little complex, but the idea behind it is actually really simple. It's just about fusing all these different streams of data, GPS, motion sensors, video, into one single source of truth. The key here is that it's not just about collecting a bunch of data. It's about creating real, actionable intelligence from it. I absolutely love this analogy from the source material. The system creates a breadcrumb trail of location-anchored video. Just think about that. Every single frame of video gets tagged with a precise location, a speed, and a time. This means a fleet manager can go back and reconstruct any part of a journey, not just by watching it, but with the exact geospatial coordinates to back it up.
So how does this whole thing work? Well, it's a few key pieces working together perfectly. First, you've got the camera, the imaging sensor, capturing high-res video. Then, the GPS receiver is constantly pinpointing the location. You've also got motion sensors that act like triggers for things like hard braking or a collision. Then a little processor inside fuses all that data together in real time, and finally, cloud connectivity shoots the important clips straight to the fleet manager's dashboard.
All right, now in section 3, let's look at how all this data actually drives real-world decisions. This is where we go from just recording stuff to gaining powerful insights. Now, what's so cool about this slide is how it breaks down an event. So, let's say a motion sensor detects a hard brake. Boom! The system instantly logs the GPS coordinates and the speed. This isn't just a random data point, it's an actionable insight. The manager gets an alert, they can review the video right away to see if it was a near miss, and then they have a chance to coach the driver before an actual accident happens. It literally transforms data into prevention.
And that is exactly why fleets are jumping on this technology so fast. It gives them irrefutable evidence for accidents, which is just huge when it comes to liability. It provides objective data for coaching drivers based on facts, not just feelings. It can even lead to lower insurance premiums. It helps with compliance, and it can optimize routes to save fuel. It's a win across the board, for safety, for finance, and for operations. And the precision we're talking about here is pretty incredible. The GPS modules in these systems are typically accurate to within just 3 meters. So when an incident happens, there's no debate about where it was. Was the truck in the intersection, or was it before the line? Was it in your lane or theirs? The data gives you the definitive answer, every time.
Okay, for our final section, let's zoom out a bit and see how this all builds into something much, much bigger.
a true fleet intelligence ecosystem. And this quote right here, it just nails it. It's not about looking at isolated numbers anymore, like fuel usage over here and safety reports way over there. Instead, by fusing that visual and location data, you're creating this cohesive system where every single piece of information talks to and informs the others.
You can really see the transformation on this chart. Over on the left, you've got the old way, reactive management. You're just dealing with problems after they happen, which always means high costs and high risk. But with this new data-driven oversight, you shift to the right. Management becomes proactive. You're spotting risks and inefficiencies before they become expensive problems. The result? Lower costs and lower risk.
It's a no-brainer.
And this is why this whole thing matters to all of us, not just people in the trucking industry. At the end of the day, the result of this technology is safer roads for you and me, a more efficient supply chain that keeps goods moving and prices down, and a whole new level of accountability that's built on objective, verifiable truth.
So let's end by coming full circle. We started out asking what happens when a truck has no memory. But the real question we should be asking is, what happens when it does? If every single commercial vehicle out there could tell its complete objective story, what happened, where it happened, and how it happened, just imagine the possibilities. Could this data foundation help accelerate autonomous trucking? Could it help us build truly smart cities that actually predict and prevent traffic? This story here is really just getting started.